Hello, everybody. Let's head on over to Lesko Help 2. All right, here we are in Lesko Help 2. I changed the time on this class again. I hope I didn't throw anybody. It's just hard for me to time everything out with my own life and then all of the classes that we have here in Let's Go Help 2. So it's a bit tricky sometimes, and we have to play with the timing of the different classes. So I apologize for that. However, I think this is probably a good time. I had it late before, and I think that was too late for most people who are interested in agriculture, lifestyles, and businesses. However, the time I changed it to was kind of in that middle of the day after lunch. So they're probably back outside doing things. I'm hoping that this is a good compromise for time. All right, everybody. Having said all that, today's class is Country Living and Business, now plus Pets with Sabrina. And I love all things outdoors, the animals, the plants, the soil, the water. It's just all fun and games to me. And I specialize in the grants and grant-like opportunities that go along with those topics. I also have 3 pets, and apparently we're going to be getting ready for a 4th pet this fall, maybe next spring at the latest, probably. My children and my husband would like to adopt a tortoise. And so it's pretty interesting. We haven't read through the whole thing yet, but this is the tortoise adoption booklet for Utah. And I glanced through it pretty good, and I think it's actually going to be a tortoise that you get a certificate for. And it's not exactly a charge, maybe classes that you have to take or things of that nature. Maybe there's a certificate fee that you have to pay, but it's not like purchasing a pet. You're adopting this pet, and it's an endangered species. So you have to prove that you have the right habitat for it and everything. And it's just really interesting. And it does go along with what we do here because, as I said, I don't believe that the actual animal will cost any money. The certification may not cost any money. I haven't seen any type of commentary inside the booklet or the website that indicated that there was a cost inherent with having these animals. And so that's kind of neat. And I think it's kind of neat to participate in keeping an endangered species alive. We'd eventually like to have a breeding pair. And I don't know if that's something where you can give them back to the institute that's handling it or any of this. I'm going to learn all of this fun stuff. And so that's my latest outdoor pet adventure. And let's go ahead and head into teaching sessions, which we're going to use this contents menu to the left for. To expose this contents menu on a phone, you'll need to click either Matthew Lesko's profile picture or the white 3-bar line typically located in the upper or lower left-hand sides of your phone screen. Once you've exposed that contents menu, I'm really strongly encouraging you all to close up these internal menus. On a phone, it's a little bit frustrating because every time you exit out of the app and go back in, you have to do it again. But I just would like to show you how very many there really are. And it takes a 1-page listing and turns it into about 3 pages worth of material in your contents menu. And that's really hard to take in. So you have all of these icons. That's a lot. You're probably getting close to 50 icons there. And we really want you to see the overall organization and structure. So many of our members tell us that they feel lost, they're confused, they're overwhelmed. And one very easy step to help eliminate those feelings is to locate the upmost tab, the collection tab, where it's all capital letters. And you have this fancy little arrow right here. Next to that, you have a drop-down menu or triangle. If you click that triangle, in each of those tabs, it will close up those internal contents menus, all of those cute little icons. They are adorable and they are pleasant to look at, and they do help with the overall explanation for each individual space, but you don't need to see every one of them all of the time. And instead of being 3 pages, you just have a little over a page, right? It's really close to being just 1 page when you close up all those internal menus. And then you'll see the organization. Getting started, your Lesko reports. We're moving a little bit away from the reports, but these are our main reports. the Lesko Meta Grants report that so many of you utilize all the time, and the mini state grant report. So you'll find both of those in the Lesko report. The daily grant news, primarily about Mr. Matthew himself, the last item being daily grant news around the nation, those things that apply more to everyone, not regional or state-wise, because that's going to be in the U.S. Regions Hub, right? Then you have Stay Tuned, which is like your community. It's got community updates, safety warnings, which I encourage you all to go in at least once every month to 3 months, probably more towards a month with all of the upticking of scam activity around the world. It is definitely a dangerous time online, through your phone, through your mail, through your email. It doesn't matter. There are different attacks going on all the time, and we do our best to keep you informed here in the safety warning space. You also have some fun to turn that frown and that unpleasant moment upside down and have a better time with it. The Daily Boost Zone, cute little things, primarily from Michelle Cairns. You'll see a few from Tammy Larson and Teresa Graham, just to put a smile on your face and have some sort of fun element added. Please jump in and join them if you like to laugh and smile, all right? Next, you have your Ask Your Questions here, very basic. Just jump in here and ask any questions that you need to in the questions channel. Our all new Unlock Your Goals step-by-step guides for topic-based spaces. This is amazing, everyone. Please, please make use of these. I think that this is the best work that Matthew Lesko has ever done. So please jump in there and make use of those wonderful, amazing opportunities and explanations. Next, you have the live meeting, and that's where we are today in the teaching sessions. You see the live icon to indicate where the current live is being hosted. You also have the Lesko grants with all 4 of the grant application spaces here, followed by, of course, our grant winners with 4 spaces for each of those Lesko recurring grants as well. The U.S. Regions Hub, Northeast Region, Midwest, South, and West. There's a variety of ways that all of the states can be broken up. Even through government entities, there are different variations. Come in and find where you think you are, and then to see if you are actually in that region. There are some of them that I don't necessarily agree with. Most of them I do. Roger White put that together for us. He did an excellent job. I just think we all have a little bit of an internal map, and we've broken those regions up ourselves, however we've chosen to do it. So kind of fun, go in and see where each of the different states are listed in our U.S. Regions Hub. And then finally, you have the We Care tab, and that is going to have member testimonial and meet the team. If you want to know about those of us who are here dedicated to answering your questions, jump in there and see who we all are, and then jump into member testimonials and see how different members have benefited and utilized their Lesko Help subscription. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and jump into teaching sessions. So today is all about answering your questions around country living and business and pets. So please, everybody, we have a small class. You don't really need to raise your hand. If you want to raise your hand, it's in your Zoom toolbar. You have the microphone on the far left, which should have a red line through it that says audio. If you have no toolbar exposed on a phone, you may need to tap your screen or swipe left, maybe swipe right, try tapping your screen again. You should be able to expose your toolbar. Then you'll see that microphone on the left. Go with your eyes to about the middle of your toolbar. There's a big heart for many of you. Click that, it's called React. You'll see the raise your hand feature and a variety of other actions you can take. If you don't have that big heart, go all the way to the far right side where you should have a 3-dot menu, a 3-dot more menu, or a more menu. Click that. You'll see the reactions. Click that. And again, you see the raise your hand feature and a variety of other reactions that you can take. Yes, Miss Tammy.
We have a couple questions in the chat.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so you are in South Carolina, Lisa, but you want to go further upstate within South Carolina? Okay, wonderful. That is one where we're still going to the meta. We haven't gotten the moving information moved over yet, right? And so let me think. I think it's all in number 3 here. So let me grab that. Yes, okay. And that was Lisa Childers, is that correct? There you are. Okay, that's who I was talking to first, right? Yes, okay. And you can unmute yourself if you're wanting to, Lisa, of course. If you're not able to, we don't mind at all, and we'll work with you through the chat, whatever's more convenient for you. All right, and so of course, I got that out of the Metagrants report. Oh, that's weird, it didn't generate a link preview. We'll see what happens next. Okay, there it is, good. All right, so you have several different areas within this first little bit of item number 3 out of the Metagrants that I've copied for you. There are probably more in item number 3. I haven't checked it beyond this point in order to look at moving specifically, but it's a really great overall item number. So I've given the Metagrants link down at the bottom where you can get in and see all of item number 3 and any other items that you might be interested in. All right.
Hey, Sabrina, she's having a hard time unmuting.
Can you explain a little bit about what you're experiencing, Lisa? Like, is it telling you that it's not set up or you need to go to your settings, or is it not clicking for you at all? What are you experiencing when you're trying to unmute? Okay, let me grab some additional moving resources for you here.
Hi, Sabrina. It's Mark.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
A brand new guy, but old. Almost like hair like Lesko or Matthew. Can't you unmute her on your side?
I can ask her to unmute, and that's a good idea, Mark. Let me try that. But I think she is trying, but that could maybe fix it. So let's give it a shot. Are you there,
Okay.
Lisa?
Yeah, you did it.
Oh, then there you go, Mark. You fixed it. That's wonderful. That's why we have the
Thank
most
you.
amazing community, because our members help each other as well. It's just so magical. Thank you. All right, so now I've just about got everything for you with the moving information. Okay, and I want to go just really quickly and refresh it. Oh, South Carolina, that's something else we can put in a resource here for you. South Carolina is going to be in the U.S. Regions Hub, South Region, and you have the South Carolina State Mini Grant Report.
Thanks.
Absolutely. All right,
Well,
and
that
you said you're interested in all of that. Is there something all that I can give resources for?
well that what I'm wanting to do is move upstate, find land and preferably near a stream, um, and set up basically a small ranch or living quarters for horses where I can save many horses that people can't afford to feed, or they're abused, or being sold to the meat market, to the butchers and stuff. And there are so many great horses that are not even old that are being sold to these butcher shops. And I want to try to do something about this because offer healing for humans.
Did you know they can actually be seeing eye horses, the little mini horses?
Right. Yeah, there's so many uses for these horses, and they're just neglected, and they're not sought after for what their true purpose is. Their true purpose is not for to make dog food or whatever, not, whatever you can imagine. I hate even thinking about that. But their purpose is to heal. They have a tendency to heal the most broken hearted.
Mm.
um they in return, they need healing a little at first, but they seemingly go simultaneously um to they can seek out a person that is broken, that has a problem, and it also heals them to help them. Um, I know people ride them for stunts and this and that, but I'm talking about something on much more of a compassionate level and more of their purpose um, than rodeos and show horses like that. Even there are horses that were used um, in law enforcement. They, the cops or troopers would ride them in the streets or whatever. And then after years of their public service, they get sold to the meat market. And I just think this is so cruel and unjust. And I I just want to do something about this. I'm sure I can't save every horse there is, but maybe one facility can expand to other facilities. You never know.
I have a friend at home in my hometown, Cortez, Colorado, and I don't know where she got with it. I don't watch her Facebook closely enough, but she was interested in having a therapeutic ranch with horses in a similar capacity, not necessarily miniature, but the same thought process very much.
Right.
Okay. And
so she did do that?
I'm not sure if she did or not. She has a farm. I don't know if she was able to introduce the therapeutic healing through horses or not. I haven't been at home in goodness, about 6 years, a little over 6 years. So I just don't know where she got to with it, but I'm sure she's still working towards it or doing something with it. She was very passionate about it as well. Okay, so let me walk you through the resources that I have here for you. Okay. All right, so you're going to start off with information about moving out of the Lesko Meta Grant report. Then you have the moving series, the South region. This is specifically the South Carolina mini state grant report. This is the how to use by home step-by-step guide. This is item number 26 out of the Meta Grants report, and that's about free grants, loans, help, and mentoring for rural life and agricultural businesses. You have the how to use the Start My Business step-by-step guide. The how to use the Launch a Nonprofit step-by-step guide, because your business would lend itself to possibly being a nonprofit as well, or instead of, right? You can kind of do both at the same time, or you can pick one or the other.
Right.
Then this is for farmers and ranchers specifically for business purposes. Okay. And okay. I think that that's everything that we talked about. Oh, let's get to the lesson for female entrepreneurs as well.
Okay. I'd also like to, with that being said, it goes kind of hand in hand with mothers that are destitute and about to lose their children, and this could be a therapy healing for both.
So what I would concentrate on, don't get too broad. That's what I was told all the time as well. Start from one point, not to mean that you can't work on other elements.
Right.
So
you get one accomplished first, right?
Well, you want a healing, but a healing in horses is already a pretty good start without specifying just one source of healing. Or your business mentor may encourage you to focus on one area that's within healing that would promote your business. I just wouldn't get stuck in the mentality of adding.
Right. Okay? I see where you're coming from.
I have the same thing. I could show you my little business picture that I drew back in the day. I don't know, those of you who are familiar with the Disney artistic business plan that he put out, I can show you. It's neat and applicable.
I love Disney.
See if I can
I'm an artist, by the way. I started out drawing Disney characters.
There it is. Oh, so did my husband. He loves doing that as well. Okay, and so this is it here. And so he did it all in this cartoon, but look at how much he's got going on. So we
Mhm.
don't really necessarily want to start like that though. And I doubt that he was
Yeah.
starting like that because look how officialized Disneyland already is. And he didn't start with Disneyland. He started with his theatrical films as it shows here in the center. But I did something similar. And then I focused on one of these elements. Does that make
Right.
sense? To
Yes,
start,
it does.
okay?
It does. I don't want to get too overwhelmed, you know.
Exactly. And also, when we're working with people about our business, everything that you said was wonderful. You were speaking perfectly wonderfully. That's not the point. We want to be more succinct. We want to try to summarize the key points of what you're talking about without just, not to say that you're doing this, but in a professional sense, it would be, okay? Rambling on. You're not having a conversation, at least at first. You're introducing yourself, your business, your goals, your challenges, your struggles in a packaged sort of form. You want to be comfortable when you're saying it. You want to talk like you're having a conversation, but you want to take what would be a conversation and put it down to a smaller amount. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah.
So be personable. You don't need to act like you're wearing a business suit and you're as professional as one could be and you sound like you could talk to your Google, right? You don't, that's not the point. But we don't want to elaborate on our emotional feelings toward our business.
Right. I do get emotional. That's for sure.
And it's an emotional cause. However, right or wrong, the business world isn't super big on
Emotion.
overdrawn emotion.
Right.
Okay.
I understand.
All right.
Gotcha.
So
Thank you for that too.
absolutely.
I need to stay on track and focus, you know.
Yes. Let me give you office hours as well. There's some pieces in there that help with that type of thought process. There's a
Okay.
lot of pieces in there, little cute pieces, not overwhelming pieces. As it is worded, take it step by step. Now, if you're like me and you're like trying to gobble in every piece of information all the time that you can get, you might do it a little quicker. If you really get overwhelmed by learning a new thing, take it just as it says, one step at a time. And even within these steps, there's usually up to 10 items that you can go through. Well, if you get overwhelmed easily, start at step 0 and pick the thing you want to work on then, work on it, and step away. Try not to get sucked in to being overwhelmed. Focus on one thing that's the most needed, the most pressing, the most wanted, whatever criteria you each have, and focus on that. Okay. And even if you're like me or anything near and you just love absorbing information, you still got to make a point to focus on something, or you won't get anywhere any more than someone who walks away because they're overwhelmed. It's really about honing in on at least one item that you want to seek out until you find an application or contact information to reach out to the source. Okay. Pick one
I
thing.
do absorb a lot of information. I love learning, but
That's wonderful.
I need to hone in, like you said, and take it one step at a time and focus. Focus,
Exactly.
focus.
And there really are good pieces in here to help you with that. All right. So
Okay.
I have gathered up tons of resources along those kinds of thought processes, but I kind of just stacked the links in Docs. I handed those
Okay.
resources over to Julia May, our Mighty Networks and organizational expert, and she fleshed that out with these beautifully worded explanations, these cute little graphics that are pretty to look at and keep you motivated, going along with the topic at hand, helping you with tips on how to eliminate some of the confusion and the overwhelming elements of what this wide world of grant hunting is. That's limitless possibility, guys. But sometimes even that is a little bit off-putting or daunting. So these are tips and strategies to help you overcome these different things that you might be struggling with. Okay.
I could say it is the hardest thing I've ever done was hunting to find resources to find the real true people that do care, that do offer resources, and that are legitimate, you know.
Absolutely. All right, my dear. Now, I'm pretty sure you're comfortable. I see you around. I know you have made great use of your account because I see you using it. So are you comfortable then getting into Let's Go Help 2 and your notification bell?
Yeah.
And so that's where you'll find that answer that we just built. All right. Do you feel comfortable getting it? I feel hesitation on your side.
Are you talking about going into it now?
When you're ready, it will be there in your notification bell. As long as you go in the next hour or two, it'll be right towards the top because it's a timeline that starts with the most recent. You see, Michelle was talking to me about 8 minutes ago. Okay, 8 minutes, and then it goes
Okay.
back to about a month. So I'm going to talk to you at about 5 o'clock. There'll be information in here. Just find my face over here. Click that. It'll say Sabrina, Kiesler, Lisa, Childers, Powell, and probably trail off, or else your host, Sabrina Giesler, tagged you in a post, mentioned you in a post, something like that. Click it. It's going to pull this post up for you that you can start working. And it also has how to bookmark or save this post or any other that you know you're going to want to come to over and over again, because there's a lot of information. You have a lot of big goals, right? That is a lot of
Yeah.
information. But again, focus on your most primary need of the moment and find one item that you want to work about that goal and pursue that until you find either the application or the contact information. Okay?
Okay. Will it still be, even though there's a time limit, will it still be on here?
Even after
do-
the month, the post will still be here. Your notification will disappear after a month. But if you bookmark this post, you can just go to your bookmarks anytime and pick up this or any other post that you want to get back to.
Okay. All
Does that
right.
make sense? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course, my dear. All right, I am going to go ahead and mute you there. Oh, and we have a hand. Mark, can you give me just one moment? I think that there was a question or two in the chat, and it had been there almost since the beginning.
Sure.
So David Martin Graff asked something. He formulates it a very specific way. He's a very specific kind of a gentleman, but this is a very common question. Couldn't Let's Go Help embed the government program or nonprofit organization links to the available grants where we can apply directly to these resources? The more specific we get in the links that we post, the more likely it is to change on their website, and that's going to become a 404 arrow page. And think about all the links that we have out there for you guys and trying to maintain keeping those updated. It's a relatively impractical proposition. So we provide the site, and then as grant hunters, it is our responsibility to start learning how to look at those sites and determine programs that we might utilize, applications that are there, or again, that contact information to find out what we're supposed to do in order to access the program. And always remember, folks, contacting them is just a good idea anyway, because what's online may have changed, or what's out there in the real world may have changed, but it may not have changed online. They may offer more programs. They may not offer some of those that are listed anymore, all these different things. So contacting those organizations is really always your best bet, because even if we put that application link right there, and we did through many of our Google reports, everyone is just a little bit different, but there are a lot of direct links. Chances are, if we go back to those Google Docs now, those specific links are gone. They're no longer eligible for they're no longer active online. So we get you as close as you need to get in order to look at all the different programs. Because if we just put one program or application, there might be 15 on any given website. So again, it's really up to us to start dipping our toes in that water and getting out there and gaining that experience to understand how to look at websites. We walk you through it all the time so that you get a better and better understanding already, but really hands-on experience is going to be a much better teacher. You get the ideas from us, you see the steps with us, and then you need to put those into a physical action, touching that keyboard, calling that person, whatever it is, physically going to the location. Sometimes they're close enough to you, and that's something that some people prefer. Whatever it is, getting in and getting our feet wet, because in the end, we all have to learn how to do this for ourselves, right? We can point you to all the different places, and those places change in their presentations, but the generalized places don't usually change. These have been the same type, if not exactly the same program, department, branch of the government, whatever, since Matthew started 50 years ago this May, right? So we just have to start learning how to tear apart a website. We can't tear apart every website for you. It's impossible. All right. Katrina asks at 4:48. I had just checked if there was a hand up, so I know this was before you, Mark, but we will definitely get to you as well. We have plenty of time. Can you help with finding farmland in Texas? There are many different ways that you can go about that. And let me look at your name there again, Katrina. And I don't think you have any other name here. What is your last name, Katrina? You can even you can either unmute your mic or type it in the chat there so that I can tag you. Oh. Cannon. All right, you're right there at the top. Boom. Okay. So I think I already deleted it. Let's go grab it again. Buying land. Well, no, let's start with the buy a home, because the strategies that are laid out there for you will work with buying land as well. And it's a more organized and step-by-step type of a process. So let's get the buy a home information in there for you first. Okay. Now, when I should have popped up something, and it did. When you're speaking of specifically agricultural land, also look over Matthew's item number 27. I think I still have it in here. Did I see it? No. Okay. Item number 27 out of the, or 26, excuse me, out of the Metagrants report. And that is all about country living and business. And I provide the meta itself so that you could go in and look at any type of different topic in there that is of interest to you. Okay, and then you said Texas, is that right? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong spot, like it's going to be in the post. Texas, yes. All right, and so then let's grab the link for the Texas State Mini Grant, or that's also in the South region. All right, and there is another great option for you. Okay. Now, I got a little off track and I forgot that this is going to sort of be like one of our calls. Now, in part, that is because Miss Lisa had a lot of different requests. And so in order to get all of that material out there, listen to what she wanted us to hear about her business, talk about how to approach someone, communicating the same overall information that she communicated with us, just in a more succinct manner, we didn't actually work any of the steps with her. That is not how we want to do this overall. So let me get this information up here for Karen, or no, not Karen, Katrina, I apologize. And Katrina, I want to make sure that you know how to get into Lesko Help 2 and your notification bell. If you can see my mouse moving in the upper right-hand corner here, centered a little more, that's your notification bell. Are you comfortable utilizing those features? And we're just waiting to make sure that Katrina is comfortable getting into Lesko Help 2 and her notification bell so that she can access those answers we put together. Here we go. Yes, you are learning. Okay, so let me just give you a little bit of help with that. When you first purchased your Lesko Help subscription and you signed up, we have your account here, so I know that you were able to get in and create an account, and that's wonderful. You probably were coming either from your app of Mighty Networks on your phone, or on a laptop or a computer, you would have been in the mightynetworks.com website where you created your account and went right into Lesko Help 2. Do you have a computer or a phone? Or both? Which do you use the most often? Just the phone. Okay, so you should have the Mighty Networks app on your phone. And as you signed in, unless you signed out, when you click that Mighty Networks and pull it up, it should be already on Matthew Lesko's Lesko Help 2. At that point, instead of looking in the upper, oops, my mouse is being silly, upper right-hand corner where I'm circling, okay, you're probably going to be in the bottom left-hand corner of the bottom right-hand corner of your phone screen, all right? One way or the other, you're looking for, oh my goodness, this slide is going to drive me crazy. Let's see if you have your photo uploaded. Yes, okay. So you and your family here, maybe friends. That's what you're looking for in the circle, and it'll most likely be in the bottom of the right-hand side, but just look in all those corners until you see your profile picture. Right next to it is going to be your notification bell. You're going to click that, and as long as you come in the next hour or 3, it'll be right towards the top. Sabrina Giesler, Katrina Cannon, and then it'll kind of trail off, or your host, Sabrina Giesler, has tagged or mentioned you in a post, whatever. Click it, and it's going to pull this post up that you and I built together, and then you have the home buying steps to begin with. Number 26, which is the more agricultural land side. You have the Texas State Mini Grant Report, and then how to bookmark or save this post or any other so that you can return to it at any time, okay? Now, Mark, how can we help you?
Good evening. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Not bad. Sabrina, how long have you been doing this?
5 years in August.
Okay, that's about how many minutes I've been on this website. So
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we hope to have started to put together a structure that's going to make it much
Well, I'll make it
easier
quick.
for you.
I'll make it quick.
Okay.
Save some time for some others. You know, I'm on disability and actually saving a life and getting the shit kicked out of me and heading toward almost Lesko's age. Okay. So what I'd like to do is find out it's between PTSD, ADHD, cars, and generally everything. And I just thought I'd start with you because you came up on my computer.
Wonderful. This is actually about country living and business, but we want to get these resources into your hand. You've been here 5 minutes. You made it into a class. That's great. Okay, so we got healthcare on there for you. We have.
Just tell me which one to go to. You don't have to explain it to me. Just go where and where I have to go, and I'll be, or like my bio. I don't even know where to put my bio in.
I can actually walk you through some of that as well. And don't worry about it. There'll be other people that have the exact same or very similar questions that you have, and they'll be really grateful for getting this information. And also, I have to gather it up to place it in your answer. So we're just kind of talking while I'm gathering up that information for you. All right?
Sure. Everything's written, ready to go.
It is all written and ready to go, but I have to get the right pieces for each individual member, right?
But I'm just trying to do a good job, man.
You're doing a great job. Okay, so that's the healthcare beginning here. That's the beginning of your post. Lots of great pieces there for you. This, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Darn it. Let's get the right one then. One too high. Okay, here we go. All right. Now, I took that from your life story, the little bio you just gave us, right? What specific goals or challenges did you join the Lesko Help community to find resources for?
You know, at my age, home expense, car expense, everything.
So home expense, is that mortgage or rent?
Rent, cars,
And
it's
vehicles?
just
Okay.
everything's a little out of reach. My health is good.
Oh, good.
My insurance, I'm vertical, but I want to prepare for, you know, either moving, and we'll talk about where and stuff like that. But you know, it's a whole enchilada. It's
It
a
is.
enchilada. What can I tell you?
So this first one that I'm providing after the senior series here, how to use the Grant Basics Office Hours Step-by-Step Guide. In step 0 and step 1, there are tons of great basics needs. We've got to get those basics met, right? Like the
Got it.
oh, I'm forgetting the pyramid. What is Maslow's pyramid, I want to say, where you start with your basics: food, shelter, water, right?
That's all it is.
Those are all covered in step 0 and step 1 of the Grants Basics office hours space, step by step.
And where do I find that, ma'am?
I'm going to walk you through how to get this answer from me. And I'm also going to put a welcome tour on here so that you can take it all right now if you're ready, or step by step as well. That welcome guide, it does take about an hour to watch each of the cute little videos.
I did watch it, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. The quick start guide, the quick start launch pad, I think is the right name. Okay,
Yes,
there's a couple of other pieces that still might be valuable to you. If you've already done it, then don't even worry. Just ignore this information, okay?
I don't ignore much, but go ahead.
I can tell. Or how, like, I don't know about ignore. You would see it and recognize it as something that was not necessary for you. I think you take most things in, is how I would actually say it.
I think that's
Pretty
probably
quick on your feet there. All right. Those were the basics. We got the seniors. Vehicles. We don't yet have the information in a step-by-step guide for vehicles, and we can't wait. Miss Michelle Cairns is going to be hosting that space. She is our best car finding goodies expert, and she also covers the healthcare space and just is in general a staff member doing all the good things that she's out there doing. You'll see her, and I consider him an honorary volunteer. He hasn't actually taken the steps to become a full volunteer, but Benny Art. They'll be the ones that answer your questions most of the time initially. A lot of times they'll tag us and bring us in to back them up, but they are out there and they're on it, guys. That's their, I'm not even sure how they stay up on it as well as they do, to be completely frank with you. So it's pretty impressive. All right, so money for your general plus vehicles. I think that those were most of what you were worried about at the moment.
Well, that's a good start.
All right, it is a good start. And there is quite a bit there. Again, only work the things you're ready to. Try not to look at the whole list if that's overwhelming to you, and just pick the one you need the most right now.
I'm a big boy.
Very good. I say it also for everyone, and also because I don't want to make assumptions about people, right? But I hear you. I definitely hear you. I'm not trying to bore you. Let's just say, oops, and I went too far. There we go. All right. And so now, those things that you were asking about, you know, getting in and finding this information. I believe you said you started about 5 minutes ago, probably a little bit of an exaggeration, but hey, if you manage to make it into class in 5 minutes.
You're my first one.
That's awesome. There's so many great hosts. I think you're going to have a blast. Now, you have your account set up. I was able to tag you. So are you comfortable getting into Lesko Help 2 again?
Of course.
Okay, great. And do you know what I mean by your notification bell?
Yep.
Wonderful. You're well on your way then. I have a feeling you probably don't need the welcome tour, but if there's any little piece that you haven't already accomplished, it'll be there for you. And we hope that you have a ton of fun playing with all these resources.
Sabrina, don't forget to Charity Spencer. I think I've seen him in Charities live.
Is Charity tonight? It's not tonight, is it?
No, her ADHD class.
Oh, yes, that's right. You did mention that. And I have some resources. So yes, Miss Charity every Sunday has a class. It's not just about ADHD, but she had to put something in the title. And I think that may be one that she's very familiar with.
I fibbed.
Oh, most of us do. I'm bipolar, OCD, perfectionism, right?
Triple OCD XX. Yeah, I did see Charity.
Okay, wonderful. Well, we'll pop that in there just to remind you. And she's every Sunday. And then I have some resources for you over here as well. Let's see. Is it really like a stress thing or sleep thing? Anything like that that you'd like to have some resources for?
I have all the resources in the world and I still have it.
Well, I honestly, my own, I consider both a blessing and a curse. It's kind of like Monk for anybody who knows Monk back in the day, right? It's absolutely a blessing and a curse.
You know, when you're young, it's a blessing. When you're after 50, it's a curse.
In what way? Like what is, I'm going to be 50 in 3 years. So explain, please.
Okay, because what happens is you can multitask because your mind moves faster than your body. So you already know where you're supposed to be. So I could handle 6 or 7. I was in the film and commercial business. So I could do 3 jobs or 4 jobs in a day. Just show up and know it just worked. Then they turned into demons as I got older. I had an army of 13 when it was good. And now I have like 3 or 4 guys always attacking me. So that's the way my little mind works.
I sort of follow you.
You follow me.
I think so. Yeah. I pick on myself quite a bit. I'm not sure if that's kind of,
Yes. Guilt.
Would you like the memory improvement series as well then?
Well, forget.
I doubt it. I think you pick on yourself as humor more than anything. Super fun things though. And I love always if I can figure out another way to improve my memory. I didn't used to have a very notable memory. And then I used to get in a lot of debates with my ex-husband, and he would tell me I didn't know what I was talking about. It was before Google, right? And then he'd tell me, oh, you're not remembering that right.
Oh,
I learned how to remember. Oh, no, you did say that. And you said it on October 7th, and I think it was towards the evening. So that's how my memory was improved. Different strange stories where we end up from, right?
Well, do you know how you improved it? You left him.
Yes, definitely. I would always prefer to be forever with the husband that I have now. He's my forever husband. I
Good.
really have still a lot of care for my ex-husband, and we still speak every 6 months to 2 years or whatever. And he's married, and he was in his way very worthy. But we were both very young, and we didn't handle our relationship very well. So.
Well, in other words, you're saying there's a small part of your heart that's always cared for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
It was my teenage romance, so. All right, Mark. Is there anything else that we can help you with? I don't think we have.
How do I jump into my bio? Where's my bio?
Oh, yes. Okay, we can definitely help you with that. And Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Thank you, David. Okay, and so when you are wanting to put in your bio, I didn't check if you had a picture. Let's check really quickly. Just makes it very visually clear. And you do. Excellent. Relaxation, all about that picture. So you're looking for your
that's the
profile.
Wife. That's not me. That's the wife.
I guess that it was either someone close to you or a picture that made you feel relaxed,
Both. Okay.
Beautiful woman. Now, we are looking for your picture of your wife in a circle. If you're on a computer or laptop, up in the right corner, most likely. A phone, generally the bottom one.
No, I only do computer. So.
Okay, so not your face. Click her picture there, and you have all these wonderful options. And you wanted to put in your bio, so you can click actually your name right here.
And where's that? I'm just starting.
When you look in the upper right-hand corner, most likely different devices can display it differently, but generally it's going to be in the upper right-hand corner on a computer or laptop. You're looking for your wife's picture, and then you just want to click her actual picture.
Yep.
And then you'll click it again with your name right here.
Got it.
And when you get in, you'll see these different spaces, and one of them, I think I might have put my bio, so it doesn't show it anymore. Let me go into my other account where I don't have a bio so that you can see a little bit better what it'll look like. Oh, not this one. Silly me. I need to go to a different browser. Okay.
So if it's clicking her bio or clicking her picture, I got to figure it out. No problem.
Okay, it's just going to be a little box, a little text field for you. And remember, while I'm always paying the most attention to the person that I'm speaking to, literally thousands of people sometimes watch these videos as replays. So that way anybody watching will be able to follow along as well.
Fantastic. Thank you.
And so this is my alt account. I didn't think I had one anymore in Cassandra, but whatever, that's fine. And so here it's going to be, it's not the same. It used to look a little different, so I'm glad I did that. It used to be its own text field. Now it looks like they've put it all together. You just click the About Me, and you will have a mini bio area and then a longer area that you can place information about your life or your goals and joining the Lesko community, your hobbies, whatever you want to place. You can update your name if anybody ever wants to change that.
Got it.
And then add personal links. So if you want to add like your Facebook account or your Reddit account, LinkedIn, something like that. You'll have a website perhaps that can all get added here. You can change your location and always check to make sure your time zone is correct, because the
Yes, ma'am.
event pages here in LH2 and Let's Go Help 2 will be in your time zone if you have this listed correctly. The literature that we post,
I got it. No
right,
problem.
we put it all in Eastern. But if you guys have your time zone set up correctly, then your event pages will show in your time zone.
Excellent. All right, we have only a very few minutes, so let's help somebody else, okay?
I think we're good. I looked in participants and chat, and so we'll probably go ahead and shut class down unless you did have any other questions, knowing there's nobody behind you.
Wow. All right. I could take up some time here.
I really love this new Unlock Your Goals space here, Mark. I really think that it's
I like it.
not only is it Matthew's best work, and I've loved his work since I was a child. I have no critiques of anything he's done previously, except that I didn't really enjoy the Reddit style because I don't like Reddit style online interactions. And it was also in black and red, which are not my favorite colors, but that's the only time I wasn't really able to get it and get in, but it was still wonderful. Still amazing opportunities to access all these resources. Having said that, though, this is 1,000 times more available to you, more understandable, something that you can more easily jump back into and work the next step or get back to where you were. All of these beautiful pieces. This is it, guys. The books were great. If you loved Reddit, the Reddit style website was great. I didn't get to ever talk to him on the phone when he did that or participate with his audio tape, infomercial time. I did the commercials when I was a child, and then I jumped in on the Facebook group, and then now we're only here in Let's Go Help 2. We no longer have a presence on Facebook. Please, if you're in anything on Facebook, report it, block it, and get out of there. It is a scam. It is not real. We have only one group to work in, and that is Let's Go Help 2. All right.
Great to know.
These are so great though, Mark, for you right now. Again, the topics that you talked about, let's see here. Yep, your first grant basics is just amazing. Pay my debt and bills also goes along with that very well. And then any of the other topics that are of interest to you, also know we're going to be putting out a vehicle space, a taxes and legal space, a family space, which will include parents, children, seniors, perhaps veterans. Veterans may get their own space. Lots of more topics to come out, about 6 more topic-based spaces at least to come out still, folks.
Okay, once I get used to this platform, I'll be just fine.
Absolutely. I absolutely believe that. One of the things that really I believe will help your journey to be more comfortable and more proactive is to close up those internal menus. I cannot encourage that more strongly. Or unlock your goals, right? Yeah, if you close those up.
What's that?
See the colorful icons right here?
Here?
I'm over on the left-hand side.
Show me your arrow. Give me a fist bump.
I'm moving it more rapidly, bigger. Can you see it? Let me see. Are you on a computer right now?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see?
Take over the page.
Do you see where I'm?
There you go.
Okay.
There's a fist bump. All right.
So you see these colorful icons here?
Move your arrow.
Let me make it a little bigger. Okay. Do you see better now along the left-hand side?
I don't know if I see better. I still can't see it.
Darn. I don't know how to, for some reason, it doesn't show the whole screen for you or something. Do you see the contents menu on the left-hand side where it says get started?
Yeah, got it.
Do you see the little blue heart and the blue rocket ship?
Got it.
They're really cute and they're fun, but they actually distract a lot. Let's go.
So how do you want me to get rid of all these?
Well, no, you're not going to get rid of them. You're going to hide them. And so this Utmost tablet here, you see it, or tab, does not have a picture. It has a drop-down menu or arrow.
Right.
It's all in capitals, and it has the little fancy arrow.
Yeah.
Locate that drop-down menu on each of those tabs and click it. And those little icons disappear when they're not needed. And so when
you don't want too much shit on it. Okay, I get it.
Exactly. It'll just help to focus on the overall structure of the platform so you can better understand where to go when you need something, as well as simply being easier and less overwhelming and confusing to navigate.
Excellent. So you said you did the commercials?
No,
You
I
started?
didn't do the period. I listened to the period where Matthew did commercials. I was never in the commercials
That was
with
my
anything.
career. That was
I
my
thought
career.
what you said. Yeah, it's very interesting. Were you up in Hollywood area or somewhere else in the country?
I lived in Manhattan Beach, and you know, the low part of my career was the original Terminator.
That's horrible. You did awful. I
That
don't
was
know
the
what to tell
low
you.
part. So
Well,
it was,
you're definitely going to have an interesting bio. I can understand why you wanted to know where that mechanism is.
it was a blessing, that's for sure. I
Well,
think
that's wonderful.
the wife says your your career ruined you.
I'm not sure in what way, right? That's a little inside joke there.
Spoiled.
Oh, I believe that. I
Success is
believe
being
that.
spoiled, yes.
My cousin Nicole Shipley, she the one that you would know the most is in oh God, and I'm so bad, I don't watch movies. It was one of the series it's one of the comic books, the famous comic book guy. I can't even remember. I'm so horrible. And he's actually in one of his shows. It's like Spider-Man guy, Spider-Man,
Okay.
Wonder Woman. Who is that guy from the comics?
The real guy or the
Yeah, the man who did it.
was
The
it
overall guy. Let me look. I
Downey?
can't remember. I usually can remember his name. Okay, so
Robert Downing?
no, not the actor.
Oh,
This guy, Stanley. Thought I couldn't remember his name. Stanley. He wrote all kinds of different comics.
wow, that is old.
It is, of course.
old.
But in a recent movie, let's say 10-ish years ago, he was in one of his movies, and his girlfriend was my cousin. She's more into the production side now, but
That's where I
funny
was.
stuff.
I was behind the camera, so
She prefers that now too, I think. She was in a couple of B movies and a few little one with Michael McConaughey where she was in the audience when he was a stripper, but she was
I saw that one. Texas
quickly.
something. Nice.
I honestly don't know. I just know who Matthew McConaughey is. I've never seen either of her movies. Isn't that horrible of me? But I don't do movies. So yeah, I haven't watched any that she's directed or any of it. I don't even know any of them that she's directed, but it's kind of fun.
It was good times. It was really good.
For sure. And she's certainly spoiled in that sense too. I will not argue.
It ruined me. It did. I couldn't, you know, I was so busy I didn't have time to make out invoices.
Totally. I hear that, and I don't have nearly as an important of an area as you were, but I'm running ragged. There's more in every day than I can ever do.
Yeah, well, if you do 90 hours a week, you'll fit it in.
That's pretty well where I'm at because I do 50 here in this community, and then I'm doing my other agricultural business as well as my garden.
You look great.
Oh, thank you.
You know. All right. Thank you very much for all your help, and I'll do all that stuff. And I look forward to seeing you again.
Pleasure speaking with you, Mark. I hope that you enjoy your community. We sure do love it here. We feel like a family. And so
that's what I like about it. It's just slow pressure. So thank you very much for the help and the guidance.
Absolutely. And I'm sure everybody had a fun time listening to all of that. So
okay,
feel free to unmute yourselves, everyone, and say good night. Next, we have tomorrow's All About Business with Amber. Actually, I can never remember. I think that this is her early one at like 8:30 my time.
In the morning?
As Mountain Standard, yes. So 7:30 a.m. Pacific, 8:30 a.m. Mountain, 9:30 a.m. Central, and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. It's our earliest class and her earliest class, and she's going to start your Friday off nicely. And I will be with you again next week, folks, on Monday for the office hours call. And that is at 2:50 p.m. Pacific, 3:50 p.m. Mountain, 4:50 p.m. Central, and 5:50 p.m. Eastern. So hope to see you all there, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Good night.
Night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, everyone. Hope you get out there in the garden. Bye, guys.